Hey guys, Biza here, time to find out what's going on. The final week of the MPL. This is week number 16. It is the last match of the season, and then the playoffs begin. Unfortunately for us, we were officially eliminated last week when we got mollywopped by Eric. So we will not be making the playoffs, and it is sad. It is a very sad day for the San Francisco 49 Tails, because I had high hopes for this team being able to make the playoffs, but you know, not everything can happen that you want it to do. But you know, there was a couple of games in there that I as a coach let my team down, and I let you guys down, but that's what happens. So we are going up against Lax, who is going into the playoffs. This is what could have set up for an amazing final game of the season, as we would have been up against Lax and Jay and the Washington Shedskins. This is the team that I actually battled in week 9, where my files actually got corrupted, so I wasn't able to post it. But this time it actually is going to be posted, so that's good. So that way you guys can actually see the battle. And this is, as you guys see, it is post-commentated. I'm sorry, you have no idea how much I really wanted to live record for the final battle of the season. I just couldn't because of not being able to. So it's just kind of hard sometimes to be able to get a time when you can be able to live record and be able to battle. So I just had to find a time to where we can actually get a chance to battle, because Lax is from Australia. So that is, you know, I think he's 17 hours ahead of me. So it's kind of hard to when we're able to actually battle. So I think we battled on Friday, which was actually Saturday for him. It was Friday night for me, Saturday afternoon for him. So it's kind of hard to be able to get to that time together, especially with such a big time difference. So anyway, we were able to battle, and this was an amazing match. So this definitely, I had to make sure that this goes up for you. I know this is a little late, but this is why I kind of hate post-commentating, because when I post-commentate, I do my battle, and then it's because I can't record it at that time, right? So I have to wait a little bit more before I can record, and then it gets to the point where it passed the time because I can't record it. So that's why I really like getting to live battle, because obviously my live battle is recorded then, there, and now, and we can get it going. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk, but I'm going to keep talking. Anyway, like I said, this is the final game of the season. Next season, we'll be coming strong, and it's a sad day, because this team, we may not have any of these members from this team, because this was kind of like the introductory season, and as you guys know, there were coaches and teams that got replaced and changed throughout the season. There's going to be coaches leaving and coaches being added for next season, so we figured we're just going to redo the entire draft, so that way it starts off nice, clean, and fresh, and that's where we're going to start from there. So basically everybody on everybody's team is going to be put back into the pool of draftiness, and we're going to start off a whole new draft. So that's how it's going to work. So this may be the last time that we see some of these guys. I know it is, because some of these guys I wouldn't want to redraft just because they didn't do the thing. Didn't do what I thought they'd be able to do. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this game may not matter in the grand scheme of anything, but we're gonna damn well give it our best. We are 8-7 after our mollywop against Eric, and our mollywop from Eric. We didn't mollywop Eric; he did us. And we want to be above 50%. We want to be above 500, because that's what we want to do. And it's actually kind of funny when you think about it. If I win this game, I will actually be better than 7 of the 8 teams that are in the Y conference. So that's a little fun fact for you guys. So unfortunately, while if I were in the Y conference with my record, I'd make the playoffs. The fact that the X conference is just so competitive, and I did not. Oh well, them's the breaks. That's how it works. Anyway, so let's go over the team that we got. We have Scissor, our Life Orving of Scissor. Now, we've actually got 2 spinners to get away from, I got a Defogger and Scissor, and Domfan's got the Rapid Spin to get rid of rocks. We have our Rotom, which is actually Expert Belt this time. So I know, it's so funny. When I fought Eric, I wanted to kind of change up a little bit so it would be a little less predictable. In that, but had I actually done my sets that I normally do, which is Expert Belt Rotom and Choice Scarf Gallade, the sweep would not have happened, because as he switched in his Feraligatr into my Rotom, he was expecting me to be Choice. If I wasn't Choice, I would have gotten the Volt Switch off, which would have done damage onto the Feraligatr. I would have gone into my Gallade, which is Choice Scarfed, and would have been able to outspeed after the D-Dance. But anyway, we're going back to that. So we have our Expert Belt Rotom, we have our Assault Vest Slowking, We got our leftovers physically defensive Donphan. We have our choice scarf Staraptor. We got our life orb Scissor, and we have our choice scarf Glade. So we're running the double scarfers. We haven't ran that in quite a while since we actually lost to Moxie, which I still remember how I lost that game. I know exactly how I lost that game. Anyway, so we see that Trent is bringing a Mandibuzz, which I actually didn't realize that they picked up Mandibuzz, and I thought I was done with this thing after fighting Greg, the Jacksonville Gardevoir, who was in our division as well, twice, so I had to deal with Mandibuzz twice, but nope, they traded, and I get to deal with Mandibuzz for a third freaking time, which is always amazing. Anyway, he's bringing his Magnezone, his Emboar, Landorus, Cresselia, and Keldeo, and once again, so he did not bring the Mega Venusaur, which I am always afraid of, but I guess... You know, my team does actually kind of put in the work, and I've got Staraptor and Gallade and Slowking all can put in work against Mega Venusaur. So that's probably why he didn't do that. So, I'll click the play button, and we're going to get this battle underway. And we're not... Okay, there we go. Now we're getting onto it. I know it's some technical difficulties with the Katsu Kitty software. Anyway, so I led out with Rotom because I wanted to bluff the Choice Scarf since Rotom actually kind of outspeeds a lot of Pokemon. But unfortunately, he leads with Keldeo, which Rotom does not outspeed at all. So I have to withdraw. I could still bluff a Choice, so I'm trying to bluff Specs now. That's what I have to believe. So I go into my Slowking because this is Assault Vest Max Special Defense, and I can take anything this Keldeo wants to do. Goes for Hydro Pump, and this is resisted. And look how much damage that does to the Slowking. And I'm like... This is Specs. That Keldeo is Specs. So he withdraws, kind of going into that prediction. I kind of predict this. I go for the Scald, predicting the Keldeo to withdraw. I don't know what was going to come in, but I figured I'd go for the Scald instead of the Psyshock with this much damage. Kind of thought the Crest might come in, so that's why I went for the Scald. I actually snagged the first Scald burn, which is unfortunate for Lax, which means that this Crest is going to be taking some residual damage, which is always nice. And now I can see that this Crest is a screening Crest as it sets up the light screen as I go for the Shadow Ball, which I am packing on the Slowking. And that Shadow Ball literally does nothing. The Crest is going to take some more damage from the burn, and the Crest is just going to set up both of the screens. And that's kind of sucky for me. That's actually really bad for me. I just go for another Shadow Ball, which literally does nothing to this Crest, because the light screen's up, and Crest is a mother freaking Crest, which is bulky as butt. But thanks to the combination of burn and just kind of chipping away at it slowly, the Crest gets down really, really low, which is nice. And another Shadow Ball might have taken it out, which, oh, he switches. So I actually predicted him to switch, and I go for the Scald once again on the switch to try and get as much damage off. It goes in the Mag Zone, and again, I get another burn, and I'm like, oh my god, Lax, I'm sorry. I mean, at least it got burns on his special attacker, so it doesn't really matter that much. Now, I realized that last time Lax likes to make the predictions, so I thought that he was going to predict me to switch out. So I stayed in, and he went for the Flash Cannon, so I read that prediction good, and it literally does nothing to Slowking. Nothing. And then right here, I see that he withdraws, so I know for a fact that this thing is Choice. So I'm like, okay, Keldeo's Choice Specs. This is probably Choice Scarf. So he goes into his Mandibuzz as I get the Scald, and now this thing is sort of a physical attacker, so I'm like, get the burn on this? No, and that Scald literally does nothing, and the leftovers pretty much just recover it up. I'm like, okay, this thing is bulky on the special side. It's a Mandibuzz. It's bulky on everything. So go into Scissor, because I know I can take some damage from this, as it's going to go for the knockoff. I did not want to take Slowking to take that. Scissor's going to kind of take that pretty decently. It's a Mandibuzz. Doesn't have the best attack. But we lose our Life Orb, which is unfortunate, which really reduces Scissor's attack. Mandibuzz actually going for the U-turn. And I don't really see Mandibuzz's pack U-turn that much. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's common. You guys tell me. I'm not sure. But anyway, he goes for the U-turn to get on out of there. As I go for the knockoff because I wanted to get the lefties off of that Mandibuzz. But it actually goes into the Emboar. And we're going to get the Life Orb off of the Emboar. So we just basically swapped super powerful physical attackers and knocked our Life Orbs off of each other. So, alright, cool. So his Emboar comes out as I'm going to go into Donphan and my physical wall. I figure that I can take a Flare Blitz pretty decently as he goes for it. But this is a Reckless Emboar. And as you guys can see, he gets a crit, which is kind of unfortunate. Because had he not get the crit, I would have definitely been able to live another one and able to get my Stealth Rocks up. But right now I'm just like, okay, bye Donphan, you're gonna go. So I just decided to go for the Ice Shard just to get like 1 HP of damage off onto the Emboar. This is gonna go for another Flare Blitz to take me out, and Donphan's gonna go to sleep. So Donphan literally did nothing this match, nothing, and that's unfortunate. I did not get Stealth Rocks up that I really did. As you guys saw, I did not actually bring Diancie. This is the first time in all 16 games this season I did not bring Diancie. I don't know how that's gonna work. So I go out into my Rotom. And he's probably looking to see a Choice Specs. Thunderbolt would actually take the Ember out at that range. So he's predicting that, and he goes to the Landorus. But I predicted that. Go for the HP Ice, which does a huge chunk of Landorus. It actually does not take it out, and I see something activate. I'm like, what? And I'm like, weakness policy Landorus. Well then, crap. I can't let anything switch into anything, so I'm just going for another HP Ice. Good to make him think I'm still choice, and I actually outspeed the Landorus, which means that it is significantly more bulky than it is offense, or it's probably adamant. It's most likely adamant because I am timid Rotom, and so I switch on out of here. Again, I'm still bluffing that I'm choiced. He may think I'm Specs because I did have Expert Belt on it, so that's why the damage on the Landorus. I don't know. I would think that if I was Specs, that that Landorus would have died from the HP Ice. But anyway, he once again goes for the Hydro Pump as I switch into Slowking to tank that, and I know he's got to switch his Keldeo out once again because it can't do anything to Slowking. As he once again goes into Mandibuzz, and I believe I went for the Psyshock that time, unfortunately, so Mandibuzz is able to absorb that. I decide to stay in with Slowking for unknown reasons, as it knocks off my Assault Vest, and I go for the Power Gem. I don't know what the heck I was doing here. It does obviously more than Scald, but there's no reason to stay in there and get my Assault Vest knocked off. That was really stupid because the Assault Vest is what allowed Slowking to be able to tank a hit from Magnezone really easily. He actually goes for the Tailwind. So I've seen 3 moves. I've seen Knockoff, U-Turn, and Tailwind. So now I'm beginning to think this thing may not have Defog, or I don't know what his other move is. And I go for the Nether Skull trying to get the burn. He goes for the U-Turn to get the heck out of there. I'm able to just snag on Livin with that U-Turn, which means I'm going to get a nice Scald off onto whatever wants to come in here. So I figured that the Keldeo was going to come in here. But I go for the Scald because had he switched into Keldeo right there, I think that would have been better because the Scald wouldn't have done really anything. I guess maybe he didn't want to get the burn. And then he would have been able to kill me because I was so low on health. And my Assault Vest was gone. So now he goes into there. I guess he just wanted to sacrifice off. Hit a clean switch in. He wanted as much health as he possibly can on the Keldeo. Keldeo goes for the Sacred Sword this time as I switch out the Slowking just to get the Regenerator off to get more HP. Scizor is just barely going to hang on there. I'm going to get a Bullet Punch off, which is not going to do very much at all because it's resisted. My Life Orb's gone, and Scizor's going to go Sleepy Time. Bye-bye, Scizor. So unfortunately, Scizor does not do much work, and so we just traded off Pokemon. I killed his Magnezone. He killed my Scizor. The Tailwind peters out, which is perfect, which allows me to send in Staraptor because Brave Bird threatens him like crazy. Do I go for the Brave Bird or do I go for U-Turn? No, I think I do go for the Brave Bird. I do go for the Brave Bird because I know that anything on his team now that Magnezone is dead the Brave Bird is just gonna absolutely destroy it. So he sends in the Crest to sacrifice it, which is good. It's a smart play because, like I said, Brave Bird is gonna hurt anything that wants to come in there. He's gonna go into the Mandibuzz. I was doing some calcs, I'm like, crap. Okay, Brave Bird does not kill. I do not want to get my Choice Scarf knocked off because I know that I need that to be able to outspeed the Keldeo. So he goes for the knockoff because he goes for the Tailwind. I'm sorry. He goes for the Tailwind to set up the Tailwind. So this Tailwind is really, really not good because with the Tailwind up, his Keldeo outspeeds my Scarf Staraptor. So I need to make sure that the Tailwind is not up when Staraptor goes in. So that's why I didn't want to risk a knockoff. I didn't want to risk anything. Had I actually Brave Birded there as he went for the Tailwind, it would have been better because I would have outsped the Mandibuzz. And, all that stuff, Mandibuzz probably would have been dead. I couldn't risk the knockoff. I couldn't because I knew that the Brave Bird would not kill, and he obviously knew that too, so that's why he went for the Tailwind. So he goes for the knockoff once again on Slowking, and Slowking's going to go down. Slowking goes down. I was just going for Scalds to try and see if I can get a bird since I don't think he's packing Foul Play. He just has knockoff and U-Turn that I've seen so far. And I'm thinking right now he has Defog for his last move because I haven't seen it, and that's usually what Mandibuzz runs. So anyway, I go into Rotom because I know that the Rotom can do nothing, but it actually outspeeds me onto Tailwind, which I'm actually surprised because I guess I don't know. I didn't run the calcs of a non-speed invested Mandibuzz. I guess it would. I guess that makes sense. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. That makes perfect sense. I should go for the Thunderbolt here, and I knew exactly what he was doing. Luckily, the Thunderbolt does not kill. Because what he wanted is for me to kill his Emboar so he can have a safe switch into Keldeo and be able to get that in there. Because if he has the Tailwind up, then I can't stall out the Tailwind and Keldeo will be able to kill Staraptor. So luckily, I reveal right there that I'm not choiced as I go for the Volt Switch to get my Rotom out of there because I know I need it for this Mandibuzz. And I need to keep... I have 3 Pokemon left, so I need to keep all these Pokemon alive in order to get to the point where the Tailwind will peter out to when Keldeo comes in against my Staraptor. I need that, because if that doesn't happen, then I lose. So I go for the close combat there. In hindsight, I actually have Ice Punch on this. I should have gone for the Ice Punch. I'm not sure if Mandibuzz, because I didn't know what his speed investment was, so Mandibuzz may outspeed me in the Tailwind. My Scarf's delayed since we have the same exact base speed. But I didn't know. I wanted to keep the Choice Scarf on there anyway. And I don't think a knockoff would have actually killed. So, I mean, I guess I could have kind of stayed in there because I would have needed, I don't know. And then he reveals his final and last move is the Roost. So I'm like, oh. Okay, so he's trying to keep his Mandibuzz alive as long as possible. So that way the Tailwind will happen. So I go for the Thunderbolt. It doesn't do that much because obviously he's not flying anymore. But then I'm like, you know what? He can keep doing this. He's going to waste his Tailwinds. So I'm just going to keep Thunderbolting. There's literally no reason for me to not just continually Thunderbolt. So I'm just like, Thunderbolt, 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 Thunderbolt. Because eventually he will try to set the Tailwind up again. And then the Roost will not happen. Or he won't be able to Roost. Actually, as you see right there, I go for the Thunderbolt. It takes a good chunk of damage onto them as he's going to take the Tailwind up. So again, I don't remember if it would continue on with the roosting Tailwindiness, because then he's just kind of wasting time. So I'm just like, you know what, Thunderbolt. And so he gets to that point, and he's like, all right, I understand. There's no point here. He goes for the knockoff to knock off, or he already knocked off my expert belt. But the Thunderbolt is going to be enough to take down the Mandibuzz, and luckily, because of how this works, you can see that I'm like, all right, I just need to fodder off these Pokemon to burn off the Tailwind, or hope for Hydro Miss. Yeah. Nope, he goes for the Hydro Pump, which is obviously going to take out my Rotom. 2 turns of Tailwind, gone. And I need to go out into Glade right here. I thought actually Glade might take it, but no, this is a Specs Keldeo. I'm banking on Hydro Pump miss once again. Doesn't happen. Glade is going to go down to the Hydro Pump, and I'm going to have to send in Staraptor. But luckily, the turns happen out just enough as the Tailwind peters on out, which means Staraptor is able to outspeed, and I'm going to go for the Brave Bird, which is going to be able to take out the Keldeo, no problemo. Because it's super effective, man. It's a Staraptor. I mean, we know Staraptor, but that is a fitting end for the season. That was an amazing match. I really quite enjoyed that against Lax. And it was a fitting end for our team's MVP Staraptor to get the final kill of the season and get ourselves a nice victory. So we end the season going ourselves 9-1, as you just see it change down below. We are 9-1. I wish we were 9-1. 9-7. So we go above 500, which is great. And that's how we're going to end the season. Unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs. It sucks. But next season, we're going to come on back. Hopefully, we're going to get the draft done good. We're going to get some good Pokemons. And we're going to come on down and you know, do it. So I may or may not, I don't know when, it'll probably, I don't know, go make a video about the whole season. Things I would change, things I want to do. I mean, the main thing you guys can tell on my draft is that I lacked speed and power combined. I had good power Pokemon, you know, Pokemon that are underrated, and I knew how to use them, so that was good. It's just I lacked that speed essence of the speedy quick attacker. I mean, I had Staraptor, that was about an Excelgor, but Excelgor was just not that great. Just not that great. Staraptor is good, but it needs to be Scarfed or Banded. It depends on the Pokemon you're going against, obviously. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this season. It has been a great season. Remember to click the link in the description to go to Lax, aka Trent, and to his channel to see his side of the battle. Go and subscribe to his channel as well to see the rest of his content as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the season. It's been a fun season. I'm looking forward to Season 2. Remember to check out the MPL channel on Twitter and the channel on YouTube so you guys can follow the playoffs, because the playoffs will be beginning. And we're going to hope that the Yellow Division is going to take the championship, because we got Lax and we got Trip. Both of them are great battlers, as you guys know. We may have beaten Trip twice this season, but he's still a pretty good battler. Anyway, so hopefully one of them will be able to take the championship, and the Yellow Division will be represented at the MPL Champions. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.